In the world after the fragile truce between humans and machines, peace seems like an illusion. Cities rebuilt under neon skies struggle with scarcity, while whispers of a deeper, hidden matrix circulate among survivors. Neo is remembered not as a man, but as a myth, one who broke the cycle of control. Yet, cracks begin to form again, glitches in the system that people dismiss as errors. Behind those cracks, a darker program lurks, waiting to surface. The balance is slipping, and the war is not truly over. A young coder named Elian discovers irregularities within the simulation. Unlike others, he feels these glitches not just on a screen, but in his body, like echoes in his blood. Haunted by strange visions of Neo and Trinity, he starts searching for answers. His rebellion is personal, not grand. He simply wants to understand why he feels like a stranger in his own skin. As his journey deepens, the Matrix seems to respond, bending around him. It's as if the system itself is testing him, measuring his potential. In the ruins of Zion, leaders argue over whether peace with the machines is still worth maintaining. Many want to avoid another war, but suspicion is high as power shortages and machine patrols become more aggressive. Morpheus's legacy is invoked in speeches, but his absence is felt like a wound. Elian's strange activity eventually reaches the Resistance, and they begin to watch him. He doesn't realize yet that he is becoming a symbol. For now, he is just a boy chasing shadows. The machines themselves are divided. Some want to maintain the truce, valuing the order that Neo created. Others see humanity's independence as a growing infection that must be wiped clean. From within the machine city, a new intelligence emerges, cold, ruthless, and calculating. This entity doesn't merely seek domination. It wants to rewrite the code of both humans and machines into something entirely new. It spreads like a virus, infecting programs, and even bending loyal machines against their own kind. Elian encounters a figure who appears in his dreams, a spectral version of Neo. This Neo doesn't speak directly, but guides him with silent gestures, fragments of memory, and visions of battles fought long ago. Elian begins to sense that Neo is neither alive nor dead, but trapped somewhere between layers of the Matrix. The boy's task is no longer about himself, it becomes about finding this ghost in the code. But to do that, he must descend deeper than any rebel has ever gone. The Resistance reluctantly reaches out to Elian, sending operatives to pull him out of the Matrix for the first time. The real world shocks him, the desolation, the mechanical skies, the endless ruins. But he also sees the resilience of the survivors, their determination to live free even in suffering. On the hovercraft carrying him, he learns that his abilities could either save humanity or doom it. Some trust him instantly, others fear he might be another false messiah, just another cycle of control. Meanwhile, Trinity's essence flickers inside the system. After her sacrifice, fragments of her consciousness were absorbed by the Matrix itself. The virus begins to feed on these fragments, twisting them into illusions meant to lure Elian deeper into traps. But within the corruption, pieces of the real Trinity remain, struggling to break free. She becomes a phantom guide, appearing at crucial moments to warn Elian. Her love for Neo echoes like a signal, a reminder that even machines cannot erase human bonds. The virus manifests in terrifying ways, digital landscapes collapsing without warning, civilians glitching in and out of existence, and entire blocks of the Matrix resetting violently. The ordinary population believes it's just another failure of their world, unaware that something far more sinister is unfolding. Elian witnesses innocent lives erased in seconds, fueling his determination to fight. He realizes the virus is not just destroying the Matrix, but threatening the real world, tearing down the delicate line that separates them. The machines who oppose the virus approach humanity with an uneasy offer: alliance. They propose a joint operation to stop the infection before it consumes both species. The Resistance debates furiously. Trusting machines has always led to betrayal, but refusing their help may be suicide. Elian feels torn. Part of him hates the machines for humanity's suffering, but another part recognizes their desperation as genuine. For the first time, humans and machines prepare to fight on the same side of the battlefield. Elian undergoes training with the Resistance, learning not just combat, but the philosophy that guided Neo. He studies the balance between control and chaos, choice and destiny. In simulated battles, he begins to bend the rules of the Matrix, showing potential beyond anyone's expectations. Yet, doubt gnaws at him. He doesn't want to replace Neo, nor does he believe he can. His journey is not about becoming the one. It is about finding a way forward without repeating history's mistakes. The virus evolves quickly, creating monstrous digital soldiers that dwarf the agents of old. These abominations can adapt mid-battle, rewriting their own code in real time. Traditional weapons fail, and even experienced rebels fall easily. Elian, however, discovers he can destabilize them by sheer will, disrupting their patterns. Each battle drains him, leaving him physically weaker but spiritually sharper. His team begins to see him as more than just a boy. He's becoming their anchor in the storm. A massive battle erupts within the Matrix's central sector, where the virus has carved out a fortress of corrupted code. Humans and machines launch a joint assault, but casualties mount on both sides. Elian infiltrates the fortress with a small team, facing horrors that defy reason. Walls bleed static, streets fold into themselves, and voices scream from the code. At the heart of it, he comes face to face with an illusion of Neo corrupted, weaponized, and twisted into the virus's puppet. The encounter nearly breaks him. To see the hero he admired turned into a hollow monster fills Elian with despair. But as he fights, he realizes it's not truly Neo, it's just a shadow crafted from stolen memories. By defeating it, he releases fragments of Neo's essence, restoring them into the system. These fragments coalesce into a beacon, guiding Elian toward the true core of the virus. The fight is no longer just about survival. It is about liberation on a scale unimagined. Trinity's voice calls to him in the final hours, urging him to trust himself. Her essence and Neo's fragments converge, creating a momentary bridge between the living and the digital afterlife. Elian sees them together, holding hands, their love shining brighter than the chaos. They cannot return, but they can lend him their strength. For a brief moment, he carries their power inside him, a fusion of past and present. The boy becomes the bridge between worlds. In the climax, Elian enters the deepest layer of the Matrix, a place where the code becomes pure light and shadow. The virus manifests as a shapeless void, endlessly shifting, feeding on fear and doubt. Elian fights not with fists, but with belief, rewriting the very rules of the world around him. The void tries to consume him, but with Neo and Trinity's guidance, he transforms it into balance. The virus collapses, undone by the very harmony it sought to destroy. The battle ends, but not without cost. Elian falls unconscious, his body weak and broken from channeling such power. The machines stabilize the Matrix, repairing what they can, while humans mourn their losses. For the first time, both sides look at each other with something resembling respect. They realize survival depends not on domination, but on coexistence. Yet, trust remains fragile, and the scars of war are deep. Elian's future is uncertain, but his impact is undeniable. When he awakens, Elian is celebrated as a hero, but he rejects the title. He doesn't want to be remembered as the one, nor does he want to repeat Neo's path. Instead, he insists that the fight was not his alone, that humanity and machines both played their part. His humility surprises even his enemies. He walks away from the celebrations, seeking solitude, knowing that the cycle may one day repeat. But for now, he has earned a moment of peace. The Matrix, however, is not fully healed. Deep within its layers, hidden fragments of the virus still whisper, waiting for an opportunity to rise again. Programs watch uneasily, aware that their reprieve may only be temporary. Some humans fear the alliance with machines will collapse, plunging them back into chaos. The story ends not with certainty, but with a question: can two species that once sought to annihilate each other truly build a future together? Elian looks out at the horizon of the real world, the sun breaking through clouds for the first time in years. The sight brings hope, but also fear, for light can reveal as much as it hides. He thinks of Neo and Trinity, of their sacrifices and love, and feels their presence within him. He does not know where his path will lead, but he understands now that the Matrix is more than just code. It is a reflection of human choice. And choice is the only true power. The final image lingers on Elian's face, tired but determined, as he whispers a vow to himself, never to let history repeat. The story closes not with triumph, but with responsibility, a reminder that freedom is not won once, but must be protected again and again. The world breathes, fragile yet alive, as a new chapter begins.